Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. If you're preparing for AI 900 certification exam, I'm sure you're aware that out of 1000 marks, you have to score 700. Yes, in almost all Azure certifications, out of 1000, you have to score 700, which is actually 70% score. Now, obviously, if you want to score 700 or plus, you have to surely check out what kind of questions they're asking in that, and you have to prepare for that. My name is Maruti, and I'm sure you cannot afford to miss today's video because in this I'm going to go through the practical live assessment of AI 900 questions which are available on Microsoft Learn website. We'll go through 50 questions and we will also discuss about what can be the possible answers and why that is the right answer of that thing. So without wasting time, let's get started with this. As you can see, I have already logged in with my account. By the way, I'm a certified trainer on this particular course, so I have already done this exam years ago. But right now I'm just doing an assessment so that we can record this thing. Okay, so I'm on the question number 1, and you can see right now this is for the practice assessment of AI 900, Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals. Which type of artificial intelligence workload provide the ability to classify individual pixels in an image depending on the object that they present? Now, obviously, all the questions are MCQs, so you're going to have multiple options associated with that. In this case, let's say I'm going to choose image analysis, and this is something which I feel it is the right answer. Whenever you see that particular question, remember, if you want to go through this assessment, you can also try the same kind of a thing, and after giving a question, you can click on check your answer. That's going to show you whether your answer is correct or wrong. Now this time, intentionally I have selected this kind of an answer so that you can see it's showing me this is a wrong answer. If you want to do that thing, you have to select the right answer, which is semantic segmentation. Now, this is something which is a common mistake which people do. They assume certain things and they do not check the right answer of that thing. In official assessment, they actually give you an option to check the answer. Now, remember one thing, this does not mean that similar kind of questions they are going to ask you in the exam. Don't try to memorize all this question. Try to understand the concept with the help of this assessment. If you see right now, semantic segmentation is the right answer. They are showing me that thing because they're saying that semantic segmentation provides the ability to classify individual pixels in an image depending on the object that they represent. And they are also giving me a link here where I can understand the semantic segmentation associated with the computer vision concept. Now, with each question, they are going to give us this kind of a thing. So this is something which is very important to understand. So the question is not important, but that particular topic which they are highlighting with this and how they are asking a question is something which is important. I'm going forward to the next question. The second question is asking me which type of service provides a platform for conversational artificial intelligence. 4 options are there: Azure AI Bot Service, Azure AI Document Intelligence, Azure AI Vision, or Azure AI Translator. Now, obviously in this case, because they want conversational artificial intelligence, bot service is something which is going to be meant for that. Document intelligence, vision, and translator service are not for that. So I'm choosing this. I'm going to click on check answer and it's showing me that's correct. Let's move to next one. Which type of artificial intelligence workload has the primary purpose of making large amount of data searchable? Now, in this case, knowledge mining is something which is a concept which is focusing on data searching, because knowledge mining is connected with one service called Azure AI Search Service. Now, obviously, object detection, semantic segmentations are not the right answer. I'm choosing knowledge mining and I'm going to click on check answer, which is correct. Next, it's showing me you are exploring solutions to improve the document search and indexing service for employees. Now, as you can see, this is one of the questions in which they do some twist and they ask you questions differently. So do not get confused with that. They're asking me, you need an artificial intelligence search solution that will include searching text in various types of documents such as images. Which type of AI workload is this? Now they are focusing on AI search, but they're also focusing on this that we want to search text in various type of document such as images also. Now in this case, what exactly you're going to use? 4 options are there. You can do data mining, you have conversational AI, you have computer vision, and you have semantic segmentation. Now, because you want to search text in various types of document, this is a concept which is known as OCR, optical character recognition, which is part of a computer vision. That's why you have to select this thing. Sometimes people get confused and they are going to search and they are going to select some other options which are associated with that. Now, luckily, search option is not here. That's why it's not confusing. Let me click on check answer. Now, when I do this thing, it's actually giving me option here which is wrong. So as you can see, this is, I said that this is a confusing one. Now, Azure AI search service is actually not there, but they have given me a concept which is data mining. And I told you this thing in the previous question only, that data mining is actually a concept, or knowledge mining is actually a concept which is connected with Azure AI search. So basically, which type of AI workload is this? In that, the right answer is data mining, because this is something which is focusing on searching and indexing of data. This kind of a confusing question they always ask. So please be aware that when you are understanding the requirement of the question, you focus on the right options associated with that. Let's move forward to next one. Which two artificial intelligence workload features are part of Azure AI Vision service? Each correct answer presents a complete solution, which means that you have to tick mark two different boxes here, because they're asking you which two artificial intelligence workload. Now, if you try to tick mark more than two or less than two, obviously your question is going to be partially wrong. So just make sure which two you are looking for in this. They're asking for a workload feature which are part of Azure AI Vision service. Entity recognition, key phrase extraction are actually part of text analysis. OCR can be a part of Azure AI Vision service. Sentiment analysis is also not part. Spatial analysis is something which can be part of Vision service. That's the reason I'm selecting this too. Let me click on check answer, and it's showing me it is correct. Which principle of responsible artificial intelligence raise awareness about the limitation of AI-based solutions? Now, they are talking about responsible AI principles. We have 6 principles. I hope you have gone through this kind of videos in our YouTube channel. Now, in this case, they are talking about raise awareness about limitations of AI-based solutions. Now, which one is talking about limitations? Transparency is not talking about limitations. Reliability and safety is something which is not talking about limitations. Privacy and security is something which is focusing on data privacy associated with the users, and accountability is something which is talking about accountability associated with that. Now, awareness about limitations of AI-based system is something which can be a point of transparency, because in this case you have to make aware if there are some limitations which are associated with that. So we are just going to make sure we are selecting transparency. This can be right or wrong. I'm not very sure right now. I'm going to click on check your answer, and it's showing me that yes, this is a correct answer. Now you have to think about that logical scenario. When you understood 6 different responsible AI principles, you have to go through those principles and you have to understand where this is fitting in. I applied the same thing and my answer is correct. Let's move to the next question. Next, they're asking which principle of responsible artificial intelligence has the objective of ensuring that AI solutions benefit all part of society, regardless of gender or ethnicity. Now, this is something which is a first principle of responsible AI, which is focusing on inclusiveness. Now, actually, when we say that artificial intelligence ensuring that AI solutions benefit all part of society, this actually focusing on inclusiveness. But now you can see one more thing. They have given other options also. Accountability, obviously this is not the thing. Privacy and security is also not the thing. Reliability and safety is also not the thing. So we are focusing on inclusiveness, checking the answer, and it's saying yes, this is a correct one. Moving forward to next, 8th question. Which principles of responsible AI is applied in the design of an AI system to ensure that users understand constraint and limitations of AI? Now, limitations of AI is something which is a very common thing, and when you're doing this thing, they are talking about transparency again. Now, in this case, they are saying that we have to make sure that our users should be aware. So users understand constraint and limitations of AI. How they will understand that? If you be very transparent. Now, fairness, inclusiveness, privacy and security is something which is not going to be part of this thing as per me. Again, I'm just clarifying this that I can be wrong in this case, but I feel this is transparency, and I'm just clicking on check answer. It is showing me the correct thing. Remember guys, responsible AI principles are very important from the exam point of view. If you have not gone through this, please go through that video. Now, which two principles of responsible AI are most important when designing AI systems to manage healthcare data? Each correct answer presents a part of the solution. Same way, you have to select 2 different options from this. I am saying for healthcare, I think we have to take care of privacy and security for sure, because patient data should not be compromised. So that is something which is the first thing. Second thing is accountability, fairness, or inclusiveness. We have to choose one of them. This is surely true. Now think about this. If it's a healthcare domain, inclusiveness is going to take care of that everyone has to be included in that. I don't think that's the right choice. Fairness is something which is talking about the data should not be biased on that. I don't think that's also right. I think accountability is something which is a very important thing for the healthcare domain. So I'm going to choose first and the last one. If I check the answer, it's showing me this is a correct answer. Which principles of responsible AI ensures that AI system meet any legal and ethical standards it must abide by? Now, in this case, because we are talking about legal and ethical standards, again, four options we have given. One is focusing on accountability, fairness, inclusiveness, and privacy and security. Now, this one is a little tricky question again, and you can maybe answer accountability because this is something which is focusing on AI system which can meet legal and ethical standards which it must abide by. So they are accountable for that. Inclusiveness or fairness is surely not the right answer. Maybe it can be privacy and security also. But let me just click on accountability, and I think this is the right answer. Question number 11. Which type of machine learning algorithm groups observations is based on similarities of the feature? Now we know that similarities of the feature we always use when we are doing unsupervised machine learning. Clustering is one of that unsupervised machine learning which can do this kind of thing. Classification, regression, and supervised are actually not the right answer. If I click on check answer, it's showing me this is the right answer. Same way with the explanation it is giving that. Next, which type of machine learning algorithm assigns item to a set of predefined categories? Now, when you want to assign a set of item with the predefined categories means categories are already defined and maybe there are multiple categories which are associated with that. When we have this kind of a thing, classification can be the right answer for this. Clustering, regression, and unsupervised are obviously not the right answer because clustering is just now we have seen in the previous question. It is helping me to group similar kind of things. Regression is always going to associate with the numeric value kind of a prediction, and unsupervised is obviously type of machine learning which is not right answer. So this is 100% right answer, and check answer is right. Question number 13. Predicting rainfall of a specific geographical location is an example of what type of machine learning? Now, when you predict the rainfall, this is going to maybe give me a specific number associated with that. So it can be a regression algorithm, which can be possible with that. Obviously, we are going to provide geographical location specific data, weather information, and based on that, we'll get a regression kind of a thing. All other things, I don't think is going to be a right answer. I'm selecting regression, and yes, again, I'm right. Moving forward to next question. A retailer wants to group together online shoppers that have similar attributes to enable its marketing team to create a targeted marketing campaign for the new product launch. What type of machine learning is this? Now they want to enable marketing team to create targeted marketing campaigns for this new product launch. Now you can see the retailer wants to group together online shoppers that have similar attribute. So this is again an example of clustering because similar attribute based on that they want to group that thing. So I'm going to select clustering and I'm going to click on check your answer. Then I'm going to click on next. In regression machine learning algorithm, how are features and labels handled in a validation data set? Now, this is a tricky question again. They're asking you how exactly features and labels are going to be handled in validation data set. Four options are there. Features are compared to the feature values in the training data set. Features are used to generate predictions for the label, which is compared to the actual label values. Labels are compared to the labels values in the training data set. And the label is used to generate predictions for features which are compared to the actual feature values. Now, obviously, this is the wrong answer. This can be the right answer because they are saying features are used to predict for the label, which is compared with the actual labels later on. So this is going to be the right answer. Let's see. Yes, it is again right. Let's move forward to next one. Which feature makes regression an example of supervised machine learning? Now remember, regression example you have to find out. Let's figure out. Use a historical data with known label values to train the model. Use historical data with unknown labels, of course, is the wrong answer. Use randomly generated data with known labels, wrong answer. Use randomly generated data with unknown labels, wrong answer. The first one is the right answer because historical data is what we are going to use in regression mostly. Hey guys, sorry for interruption. My name is Maruti and I'm here to make a very important announcement. I hope you are liking our videos and you're doing a continuous learning with us on an Azure cloud and AI related topics. If you are enjoying this thing, I'm going to announce skilltech.club, which is our upcoming website, which is going to be launched very soon. We are here to tell you one thing, that everyone who is a subscriber of this particular channel will get Azure Cloud and Azure AI related certification courses free of cost in skilltech.club. So you will be a part of the skilltech.club kind of a membership automatically free of cost. And everyone who's a subscriber of this particular channel will get those benefits which are available in that. So what are you waiting for? I request you to please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and families if they are also interested in Azure Cloud and AI learning. That's it from my side. Now you can carry on with your learning. Thank you. If I check the answer, this is the right answer, and these two links are very important. Please go through that. Regression and clustering are the two most common algorithms which they always use for the questions, and you can see this right now. Question number 17. What should you do after preparing a data set and before training the machine learning model? Now remember, you have to do after preparing data set and before training the machine learning model. Are you going to clean missing data? Are you going to normalize the data? Are you going to split data into training and validation data set? Or are you going to summarize the data? Obviously, summarize the data is the wrong answer. Splitting data into training and validation is something which we can do after preparing a data set, which can be a right answer. Cleaning and normalizing data can be a part of the preparing data set actually. So this is a little tricky question again. I'm choosing this one, and if you have not done this kind of a thing, you should check out my video of Azure Automated Machine Learning, which is part of this AI-900 playlist. Check out that thing in which we are doing a splitting of the data. Let me click on check your answer. Hopefully I'm right. Let's see. Yes, thank God, I'm right. I'm moving forward with question number 18. You need to use Azure Machine Learning Designer to train a machine learning model. What should you do first in the Machine Learning Designer? Now, they are talking about Designer right now. Designer is not a practical part of this particular AI-900 course, but still they're asking you this question, which happens sometimes. So they're asking you, what should you do first in Machine Learning Designer? You add a data set, you add a training module, you create a pipeline, or you deploy a service. I think the first step is going to be we always associate a data set with that. So I'm going to choose this one. It can be also possible that we create a pipeline can be an option associated with that. But let me just click on check your answer. Yes, as I said, I was guessing this, that create a pipeline can also be an option because this is something which is a first most step. No problem. So I was wrong in this question. The right answer is create a pipeline. So they are saying before you even start training a machine learning model, you must create a pipeline first. It was a little tricky question, which I got tricked. Sorry. Let's move to next. You train a regression model by using automated machine learning. In Azure Machine Learning Studio, you review the best model summary. You need to publish the model for others to use from the internet. What should you do? Now you need to publish the model so that others can use this thing from internet publicly. You're going to create a compute cluster. You'll deploy the model to an endpoint. You'll split the data into training and validation data set, or you test the deployed service. Now they are saying you need to publish this thing. What should you do next? Logically, this is a tricky question again. What should you do next? Now, when you want to do the next, you can actually taste the deploy service. That can be an option which can be possible if you have already deployed it. But they are saying you need to publish the model for others. Now, you have reviewed the best model, which means that my model deployment is something which is partially not done. It is just validated right now. So I'm going to choose this one, deploy the model to the endpoint so that everyone can use it. And this is the right answer. Which three supervised machine learning models can you train by using automated machine learning in the Azure Machine Learning Studio? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So which are the three supervised machine learning models? That's what I have to select. And classification is a supervised machine learning. Clustering is not. Regression is also supervised machine learning. Time series forecasting is also supervised machine learning. Inference pipeline and clustering, I don't think this is the right answer. So I am choosing these three. And I think all three are correct. Question number 21. Which machine learning algorithm modules in the Azure Machine Learning Designer is used to train the model? Now this time they're asking you about the algorithm. Now, clean missing data, evaluate model, linear regression, or set column in data set. I'm going to choose evaluate model because normally before evaluate model, we are actually going to do training. Also, they're asking about learning algorithm, so that can be linear regression also. So I think let's go with linear regression and we'll check this thing. And I think this is the right answer. So evaluate model is mostly going to come after training the model so that we can evaluate that. Now, linear regression is the only algorithm which is here. So I'm choosing this one. What is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm module for training models in the Azure Machine Learning Designer? Now, we are talking about unsupervised machine learning algorithm this time. Classification is supervised, k-means clustering is unsupervised, linear regression, normalized data are actually supervised ones. So I think k-means clustering can be the right answer, and this is right. Which artificial intelligence technique serves as the foundation for modern image classification solution? Now remember, this is talking about image classification, semantic segmentation, deep learning, linear regression, multiple linear regression. I think deep learning can be the right choice because this is one of the technique which is helping you in image classification. With that, with convolutional neural network is possible. I don't think regression or multiple linear regression will be the right choice because we are talking about classification. I'll go with deep learning, and that is the right answer. Which computer vision solution provides the ability to identify a person's age based on a photograph? Now, this is something which is age, not an identification. So it's focusing on identifying a person's age. Is it going to be face detection? Is it going to be image classification, object detection, or semantic segmentation? Obviously, it's a face detection. Moving forward. Which computer vision service provide bounding coordinates as a part of its output? Bounding coordinate is going to be focusing on each word in the OCR. So if you see right now, image analysis, image classification, object detection, and semantic segmentation. Actually, object detection is something which can be right answer because not only OCR, for other objects also when we detect that, it's going to give us a bounding coordinate associated with that. So object detection is the right answer. What can be used for attendance system that can scan handwritten signature? Now, this time you want to scan handwritten signature, so obviously OCR can be the right thing. Which three parts of machine learning process does the Azure AI Vision eliminate the need for? So Azure AI Vision is going to eliminate the need for which three parts? That's what we need to find out. Each correct answer presents a part of solution. Azure AI Vision service can eliminate Azure resource provisioning. No, we have to do that thing. Choosing a model, we don't need. Evaluating a model, we don't need. And training a model, we can do actually, but inferencing is something we don't need. So I think I'm going to go with these three options. Let's see. No, I'm wrong in one thing. Training a model is the right answer. Inferencing is something which we can still try with that. So I think I was wrong partially here. Which analytical task of Azure AI Vision Service returns bounding box coordinate? Now, this is again asking me bounding box coordinates with that. Object detection or OCR can be the right option. Object detection also came in the previous question. So I think this is asking for analytical task of Azure AI Vision Service. So let's say I'm going to go with OCR and I'm going to check my answer. No, it is still showing object detection is the right answer. So I think we'll go with this only. Which two specialized domain models are supported by using the Azure AI Vision service? Now we're talking about specialized domain models. Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Now we can detect animals, cars, celebrities, landmarks, and plants. Okay, we can detect landmarks and we can also detect celebrities, that is possible, or we can also detect cars also. So there are actually options where I feel multiple options can be the right options, but I'm not going with the, let's say, celebrities. I'm choosing cars and landmarks. And no, I was wrong. So my guess was correct actually. Celebrity is the right answer, not cars. Sorry for that. Let's move to the next one. Question number 30. Which two Azure AI document intelligence models include identifying common data field as a part of its data extraction capabilities? Each correct answer presents a complete solution again. Now we have to focus on common data fields as a part of data extraction capabilities. Now, business card model, general document model, invoice model, read model, and layout model. Now you can see right now, this is saying identifying common data field as a part of data extraction. Now read model is not going to extract a field actually, it's just going to read it as a paragraph kind of a thing. So I'm going to say invoice model is 100% right answer. And then if I have a business card, I think that can be also an option. General document model, I don't think that's the right answer. Layout model, no, I think it can be business or general, one of them is there. I'm going to go for business card. Let's go for that. And yeah, it's the right answer. When using face detection API of Azure AI Face Service, which feature helps to identify whether a human face has glasses or headwear? Now, this is something which is face attribute, face ID, face landmarks, or face rectangle. Of course, face rectangle and face ID is the wrong answer. It can be either face attributes or face landmark. I think we'll go with face attributes. Which service can you use to train an image classification model? Now, image classification model, we have two options here, Azure AI Vision and Custom Vision. Obviously, Custom Vision actually can help me to train an image classification model if I want to train that thing. All other services are actually ready-made service, so I'm going to go with this. Clicking next. Which three sources can be used to generate question and answer for a knowledge base? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So we have to focus on three sources based on generate questions and answers for knowledge base. It can be coming from an existing FAQ document, of course. We can manually also enter data, of course. Audio and image file is the wrong answer, so we can go with the web page also. Check the answer. All three are correct. Let's move forward to next. Select the answer that correctly complies the sentence. Dash can use plugins to provide end users with the ability to help with common tasks from a generative AI model. Now, what is that thing which can use plugins to provide for common generative AI models? Is it a REST API service, question answering models, language understanding solutions, or copilots? Now, I think copilots can use plugins to provide end users with the ability to get common tasks. This is going to be the right answer. At which layer can you apply content filters to suppress prompts and responses for a responsible generative AI solution? Now, this is talking about the layer which you can apply for content filtering. Now, meta prompt and grounding, model, safety system, or user experience. Obviously, safety system is going to be the right one because we want to apply content filtering. Dash can return responses such as natural language, image, and code based on the natural language input. What is that? Obviously, generative AI. Computer vision, deep learning, machine learning, reinforcement learning, all are the wrong answers. Dash can be used to identify constraint and styles for a response of a generative AI model. Now, this is going to focus on constraint and styles for the response. Is it data grounding, embeddings, system message, or tokenization? The right answer is actually system message. As per NIST at risk management framework, what is the first stage to consider when developing a responsible generative AI solutions? Now, first stage is what they're asking for this. Identify potential harms, measuring the presence of the potential harms, mitigate the potential harms, or operate the solution. Now, first is obviously identifying the potential harm. That's what I believe. Yes. Let's move forward. Which two capabilities are examples of GPT models? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. It can create a natural language. It can detect a specific dialects of a language, generate closed captions in the real time from a video, synthesize speech, understand natural language. So it can create a natural language GPT model. It can understand natural language also. They're asking for only two. So we have to select two only. Synthesize speech is something which is not part of generative AI. GPT models actually generate closed caption for real time from videos. I don't think this thing. So I'm going with first and the last. And it's the right answer. Which three capabilities are examples of image generation features for a generative AI model? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So we need to focus on image generation features for generative AI. Animation of a static images, no. Creating variations of an image, possible. Editing an image, possible. Extracting RGB values from an image, no. New image generation. So three are done and all are right. You plan to develop an image processing solution that will use DALL-E as a generative AI model. Which capability is not supported by the DALL-E model? Image description, image editing, image generation, image variation. Image description is not supported. All other three are supported. Which natural language processing technique assign values to words such as plant and flower so that they are considered close to each other than a word such as airplane? Now, this is something which is a tricky question. If you have understood transformer model, then you can understand this thing. So we have something inside a transformer model which is known as vectorization, and that is actually going to help you to do this thing. Ngram and other options which are available here are the wrong options actually. So let me try vectorization. That is the right answer. And you can see vectorization captures semantic relationship between words assigned to that. And then if you go through this one, this is a very important link because it's going to show you how the text analysis is actually working with that. So this is the correct answer. Question number 43. Which part of speech synthesis in natural language processing involves breaking text into individual words such that each word can be assigned a phonetic sound? Now, what can be this one? It is lemmatization, it is key phrase extraction, it is tokenization, or it is transcubing. Now, this is something which is a little confusing for me. I do not remember the word exactly. But if I want to do speech synthesis in natural language and it involves breaking text into individual words. Now, tokenization is something which is converting text into tokens. I don't think this is there. It can be first or the last one. I'm going with the first option. No, that is right. Tokenization is the right answer. I just got confused with this question. And this is very common. I hope you will take care in your exam. So I was wrong in this question. Let's move forward. Which Azure AI service for language feature can be used to answer online user reviews to identify whether the user via product positively or negatively? Basically, they're asking about sentiment analysis or opinion mining. So I'm going to choose sentiment analysis. Which two Azure AI service features can be used to enable both text-to-text and speech-to-text between multiple languages? Each correct answer presents a part of the solution. Obviously, speech service can do this thing, and they also want this thing between multiple languages, so translation service is also something which can be there. Language detection, key phrase extraction, conversational language understanding. I don't think these are the things. These two are the right answer. Which Azure AI service for language features allows you to analyze written articles to extract information and concepts such as people and location for classification purpose? Now, in this question, they are actually asking about written articles and to extract information and concept from that. So obviously, key phrase extraction can be doing this thing. They are also asking for people, location for classification purpose. So obviously, named entity recognition can be locations which can be there. Azure AI content moderator, personal identifying information. I think first and the last is obviously a wrong answer. It can be key phrase extraction or it can be name entity recognition, one of them. I think because it is people, I will go with the key phrase extraction only. No, I was wrong again. It's going to be name entity recognition. I got confused between these two. So this is NER, name entity recognition. For which two scenarios is the universal language model used by speech to text API optimized? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So you want a universal language model used by speech to text API. What kind of things you can do? You can actually use acoustic, you can do dictation also, and you can use for pronunciation also. I think this is something which is fine. I believe language can also be there, but let's try with the three. Okay, I was wrong. Acoustic and pronunciation. I was wrong. It was actually asking me two only. I selected three by mistake. Sorry for that. And then also these two are wrong. So conversation and dictation is what this is able to do. I think this time I'm not suggesting you, but I have to check this link because maybe I got confused with this one. Question number 48. Which feature of the Azure AI Translator service is available only to custom translator? Very important question. Now, which feature of Azure AI Translator service is available only to custom translator? Well, document translation, model training with dictionary, speaker recognition, text translation. Now, obviously, text translation can be done with any translator. Speaker recognition is something which is part of the speech service. They are talking about translator service only, remember. And then it's asking about custom translator. So I think model training with the dictionary is something which can be a customized one because this is involved in training associated with that. Let me try this. And it's a correct answer. And they are showing you that you do not have enough parallel sentences to meet 10,000 minimum requirements. This is the custom translator request. That's fine. Question number 49. When using Azure AI service for language, what should you use to provide further information online about entities which are extracted from the text. So this is talking about entity extraction. Is it entity linking, key phrase extraction, name entity recognition, or text translation? I will go with name entity recognition because that's where entities are going to be associated with that. No, this is wrong answer. They are asking about entity linking. Okay, because entity linking identifies the disambiguity for the identity of entities found in the text. Okay, so again I was wrong. I think this was the fifth or sixth questions in which I was wrong. Sorry. Next and the last question: which feature of Azure AI speech service can identify distinct user voices? User voice, if you want to identify, this is all about speaker identification basically. Language identification, wrong answer. Speech recognition, well, it can actually identify users with that. Speech synthesis is all about generating a new voices with that, and speech translation is something which is translating that. For identification, I'm going to go with recognition. If I want to generate voice with the help of distinct user voices, then I will use speech synthesis. Let's see if I'm right in the last question or not. Yes, thank God, I'm right with this. I'm going to submit this particular assessment. Now, there are chances assessment when you submit, it's not going to show you result, which is a very common issue of this, because important thing is all the questions and understanding of the questions, not the result. Okay, I've given a couple of wrong answers. Let's see if I'm going to clear this or not. I submitting this. It is compiling my assessment, and sometimes it's just going to stuck on this page. And yeah, it's showing me, for me the score is 80. I already know which questions and which answers I have done right and wrong because I already clicked on check answers every time. I suggest you guys, if you are preparing for AI 900 exam, you should at least go through this assessment twice. Okay, every time they're going to shuffle the questions, they're going to give you new questions with that. This is today's date, so I have given this thing today. There are also chances every month there are some new changes are happening in the content, so according to that the questions will get changed. My score, thank God, is not below 70%. It is 80%, which is fine. It's also showing me one thing here very clearly, that on which areas I'm good and in which areas I'm bad. So it's showing me that, okay, you are very good with these two areas, but there are my weak point is actually maybe natural language processing workloads on Azure. So maybe when you see this kind of thing, I should make sure that I have to focus more on natural language processing workloads on Azure. Remember guys, do not go with your favorite. Like in my case, my favorite is generative AI because this is the service on which I have worked maximum. And I'm damn sure I'm never going to give a wrong answer on this one. But from a certification point of view, you have to give an equal weightage to each module of that. That's the reason, focus on each module, then only you'll be able to score 70% or more. Now, after the assessment, you can try show my answers. I'm not doing this thing because I already know my answers actually, but you can see which is that area in which you have given the wrong answer. And this is perfect if you do this thing exactly a day before your exam. So if you have booked your exam tomorrow, you should try this assessment at least 2 times in this. I took 43 minutes to complete this assessment. Do not rush, just focus on the questions, understand that properly, and then you give this thing. This assessment is actually only for 43 minutes, but the real exam is going to be there for 90 minutes. So you'll have enough time on that. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.